Hi, Facebook world. It is Tuesday evening. We are talking happiness again in our stress management boot camp. I am Dr. Jordan Leasure. I'm the owner physician of North Shore Proactive Health, a state-of-the-art wellness clinic in the northern Chicago suburbs. And we have been doing this now for going on 7 weeks. So you should know the drill, but I will remind you. Say hello when you're tuning in. Let me know if you're watching the replay. Let me know if you have questions. I'll do my best to answer them as we're talking. And if not, I will get back to them at the conclusion. If you have something to add, please do so. If you come up with something after, you can always share a post. We had a great talk Sunday night with my friend Rita, who is a doula. She is a lactation advisor. She is a midwife. She is an oil goddess. So if you didn't watch that, take a look. We're doing our best to give you information to help understand exactly how the stress you're experiencing right now is impacting your health, how you can take control of your health by harnessing your reactions to stress. And also, obviously, there are a lot of individuals that we're currently seeing that are uncomfortable leaving the home, are under strict stay-at-home guidelines, may be one of the at-risk populations. So we are trying to do our best, both at North Shore Proactive Health, our brick and mortar clinic, as well as Salutogenic Life, our online supplement company, to make sure that people have the tools and the resources while they're at home to take care of themselves to the best of their ability. And again, you're going to learn through all of these talks that I've done that you cannot out-supplement a bad diet. You cannot out-supplement poor behaviors. And the best thing that you can do, especially if you have a little bit of extra time right now, I know schedules are weird and everyone thought they were going to have extra time. And instead we are homeschooling and we are trying to work from home and we are stressed because of the unknown. So my one ask is that you be a little bit more deliberate in your wellness choices. So tonight we're talking happiness. Thank you, Jan, for the Spine Whisperer cup. If you have not seen the initial talk that I did on happiness, please go back and look at that. That's some incredible information from one of my mentors, Dr. Jim Roach out of Kentucky. Very cool guy, has like an idyllic memory. So when he lectures, he essentially just like closes his eyes and recalls all this literature that he has read. And it's like, it's an amazing thing to witness. So I'm pretty good, but I'm not that good. So I will be referencing some of my notes as we go through some of these lectures. Tonight's a little bit more off the cuff because I want to expand on some of the information in that previous lecture that I did. We've gotten a lot of questions, especially on implementing some of the vitamins and supplements, which of course I love. I take vitamins. I think everybody should be taking vitamins. The quality of our food is not amazing. We all have a lot of stressors that we have to compensate for. A lot of individuals are on medications for chronic illnesses, so they're needing to be compensating for that. However, it is very, very powerful, the tools that you have, the one tool between your ears and also the other tool behind your belly button. So if you're able to harness the health and the power of the two of those, you may not need as many vitamins and supplements. So that's some of what we're going to talk about tonight. Stay tuned to the end because I have a little bit of special information. And as always, please make sure you're sharing these because this is a very weird time for all of us. And we are being impacted in different ways. Those that are entrepreneurs, those that are in the hospitality industry, we have a considerable amount of health. There are a lot of individuals that are out of work or working fewer hours. There's financial stressors, there's family stressors, and you don't know who's not okay. So I guess I have a second ask. And that's that you share these videos. So if there's something that I lecture on and it resonates with you or you find it beneficial, share it in your mom's group or share it in your networking group or share it with friends. Send it as a private message, because you don't know who needs to hear the message that we have, and it can help them through a difficult day. A lot of individuals feel like they're alone in their discomfort, and unfortunately, a lot of us are in this together. So let's all be strong and stick it out. And like I said, come out in the after time better than we went in. But we need to be deliberate in our choices in order to do that. So let's talk happiness. My recommendation would be, as you're watching the videos, have a piece of paper nearby, have the notebook open on your computer, jot a couple notes down, because there's things that I'm going to tell you that you can start to implement right away. And one of the easiest things right now is to write down happiness and maybe come back after we're done and take some notes on what that means to you. What is happiness? How do you define that? What does it look like to you? How would you define happiness in your personal relationships? How would you define it in your business relationships? Are you happy at work? Are you happy in your career? Are you happy in your place of employment? Are you feeling happiness and satisfaction in your personal relationships, whether that's with a significant other or a child or a different family member? There can be areas of life that need a little bit more attention, a little bit more love. Now might be a good time to recognize, where there's some weaknesses and what can be improved. So what would make you happy? And sometimes there are some difficult choices in there. I have ended different relationships, and whether it's with a significant other or with a close friend, because the relationship was not helpful. It was not helping me grow. It was not helping them grow. It was draining. It was exhausting. And again, life's too short. So there comes a time when, if you're in again, personal relationship, or could be with family, it could be with a friend, and if it is no longer serving you, then you sometimes have to make that challenging decision and no longer be in that relationship. And it doesn't have to be negative. It doesn't have to be a giant situation when you withdraw yourself from that situation. Just understand and make the decision and follow through that you've done your best, and that situation no longer serves you. It doesn't bring you peace. Another area that I would recommend is making sure that you are understanding what happiness is in your professional life. So we're going to talk with one of my good friends, and actually my coach. I don't know if it's going to be this week or next. Mara, she's spectacular. And we're probably going to discuss the hierarchy of needs and figuring out, what serves you when it comes to your professional life. So do you feel fulfilled in the path that you have chosen for yourself? Are you happy when you go to work? When I interview staff, the one thing that I tell everyone, and it doesn't matter what position I'm hiring for, whether it was when I hired Jade to be the other doctor of chiropractic, or when I hire a receptionist, or our interns, the one thing that I say is, the minute that the alarm goes off as, oh shit, I have to go there, I expect you to turn in your 2 weeks notice, because the position is not suiting you. You are not feeling fulfilled, and therefore you cannot fulfill others. You can't give to others if you're not happy in that situation. And so far it's worked. We have lost staff members that I really appreciated at the time and I thought were great for the office, but the office wasn't serving them any longer. And that's okay. And as long as you recognize what is best for you, then you're able to move on and you're able to make wise decisions. Don't let things go until they're toxic and you're miserable and you're not, possibly respectful of the individuals that you're working with or working for. So figuring out, what not only your life path is, but, is that specific job on that path, is that fulfilling you? And I think that that is very, very important, because I can tell you, if you're in a toxic relationship or if you're in a toxic workplace, you can take all the supplements in the world and it is not going to modify how you feel as you are pulling into the parking space or as you are turning the light off or rolling over in bed. So you need to make sure that you are happy in the situations that you put yourself in. So the last thing that I wanted to wrap up with, as far as recognizing, what makes you happy, is those personal relationships. So for me, and this resonated with me lately, I think because Mother's Day is around the corner, and there are a handful of women over the years, and whether it's been a Facebook post or a friend that has mentioned something, the one thing that they want on Mother's Day is to be alone, is to have the day off. And for me, that doesn't resonate with me, because the only thing that I wanted for infinite number of years, and we're not going to discuss how many, was to be a mother. So, given a day to celebrate that and to celebrate Parker and Parker's existence and the job that I think we have done in raising him, for me, is a celebration. And so that, I think, is something to look at and to maybe, reflect on how you see yourself and your role in your personal relationships. What are you contributing? Are you feeling fulfilled enough in these other aspects of your life that you are then being able to give in these relationships? And, I'm hoping that as Mother's Day comes around, that, that all of us feeling stressed and, maybe feeling unhappy and feeling worried are able to, hey, Casey, thank you for tuning in, able to, appreciate ourselves and appreciate our bodies and appreciate these, whether they're little people or grown people at this point that we've brought into the world. And you recognize the hand that you played in creating that individual, because that's the other sort of area that I don't understand, is when parents are, having poor relationships with their children, or they don't appreciate the person that they've become, or they are negative toward the person that they've become. And there's a saying that you're the combination of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. And so if you don't like the end result of what you've created, maybe you need to take a step back and look at, what could have gone differently. And were you as fulfilled as you needed to be, again, in order to give and create what is in front of you? Because essentially, the more time I spend with Parker, he's literally like a lump of clay. And there are random things that he does. And even at 3 years old, I have no idea where he gets it from. But I also see a lot of our behaviors and, our energy within him. And so I think that all of us need to realize that that happens not only with children, but it happens with, again, individuals that, whether it's someone that you work with or a spouse, a significant other, someone that you're living with, someone that you spend a lot of time with. But we all have different frequencies that we vibrate at. And again, those people that you surround yourself with, you will be both receiving their energy and giving your energy. So you want to watch who those people are that you're spending time with. And also take responsibility for yourself and make sure that your vibration is good and you are contributing and you are filling their cup. So I think that was, the majority of what I was hoping that we'd hit on tonight. It's a little bit of a different take on happiness. It's sort of the inner happiness as opposed to outwardly, finding happiness by increasing your endorphins or taking your supplements, which I have my Relax Life. I'm taking it every day, sometimes twice a day. but definitely taking some time to reflect. And so I hope that if you're tuning in right now, write down what happiness is. Take some time to reflect on what that means to you, the areas of your life maybe that are not as happy as they could be, where we can make some modifications, and implement some of the recommendations that you've seen in some of the other videos. I hope tonight, it's still kind of early this evening, but as you go to bed, take that pad of paper with you in the bedroom, write down the 3 things that you're grateful for. And again, this is a very strange time. So it may be, you're just grateful that you made it through the day. You're grateful that you don't have a cough. Whatever brings you contentment and makes you ready to go, so to speak, that's what you need to write down so that you are not having those swirling thoughts as you're laying down to bed. So we're going to do a talk tomorrow night. What is tomorrow? Wednesday, on sleep, I think. And we have a few special guests coming. We've had to move around a couple schedules. So we'll see. My girlfriend Erin is still on deck. I think that might be tomorrow. And then Friday, we're going to be celebrating our white party. So I expect all of you to be dressed in white on Friday. It should have been our 14-year anniversary at the office. I am extremely bummed that we are not able to celebrate with all of you, but keep your eyes peeled, because if they set us free at some point and we're able to mingle again, we're going to be having one hell of a party at North Shore Proactive Health. So if you're anywhere close to Chicago, I expect to see you then. If there are questions, as always, please let me know. And I want you to stay tuned on North Shore. We're going to be doing some stretching videos. So if you're feeling you need a little bit of an improvement in your range of motion, if your back is bothering you. What is Amy saying? Are you having live music on Friday? We are doing a live on Friday. We're going to be doing a couple special things, but not necessarily from the office. So I was toying around with the idea, Amy, and I don't know how best to do it. But I thought about doing a Zoom anniversary party where all of us could be on here and still have the guys playing and stuff. And I thought that'd be kind of funny. Who knows? I'm kind of a last minute person, so there's still a possibility there. I'm open to ideas. Anybody wants to orchestrate our anniversary party this year. But I would ask that on Friday you wear white in honor of us, and we will all be celebrating in our hearts together. So thank you for tuning in. I love you. Do some self-reflection tonight on happiness, and are you as happy as you want to be? My big phrase is, are you as happy, healthy, and energetic as you could be? And if you hesitate for 1 second when I ask that question, then you need to be watching these videos. And if you're not getting what you need to from my videos, then you need to be sending me a message, and we need to figure it out, because life is too damn short to not feel amazing every single day. And if not every single day, most days. So let's get on top of that. I love you. Happy Tuesday. Thank you for tuning in, and we will talk later. Bye-bye.